Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Football Manager 2018. I'm on to week 37 of competition, and it's season 3 with the first episode of the season. It's opening day weekend, and we're just about ready for that first game of the season. Before we can get into that, though, lots of changes from last year. So let me try to be brief as I can be, and let's go through what is different as the team heads into a new season. First off, promotion odds. Right now we are set all the way down in 20th for the odds for the league. Our other promotion side, Aldershot Town, is picked dead last. Now, heading into the early part of preseason, the earliest rankings, we were 22nd. We've moved up a couple spots from there, and hopefully we'll move up a few more, and then we'll see how the season goes. I don't think we're going to be at the bottom, but we might not be above mid-table. The relegated sides from League One, Cheltenham, Shrewsbury, AFC Wimbledon, and Mansfield, and 3 of those 4 are picked as the favorites this season to rubber band their way back up to League One. Now, the thing about League Two, as you get into the league, this is a totally separate level from where we had been previously, and there's a bit of, let's say, seclusion to this level. Only 2 sides are relegated out of League Two. However, there are 4 that get promoted to League One. So there's a lot more movement between League One and League Two than there is from League Two down to the Vanarama National League. That gives us a lot better odds of staying put this season, and actually even better odds of going up than going down, just based on the number of spaces available. Right now, I've had lots of signings, lots of changes to the roster. The 2 latest of which that just occurred today, 10th of August. Owen Bailey heading out on loan to Boston United. And coming in on loan from Leicester City is Charlie Rowan, central defender, decent pace, good strength, good vision, good positioning, concentration, bravery, and his heading. His marking's okay, but tackling is really good. So he's definitely a good central defender at this level. Coming into the side. Let's look at the rest of the roster. I've managed to get Aaron Conley back in again, this time for a whole season instead of half a season, as he is with us on loan yet again from Brighton. So we're going to take a look at the changes to the roster this season. The first thing is that Danny Rowe has demanded that he is allowed to leave for a bigger team. He's been with us since the start. Fortunately, though, while he was making that demand and I was unable to persuade him to stay, I was at least able to persuade him to only leave if the right deal came along and not just let him go on a free. With that, he agreed to being sold for any offer more than $150,000, which is a lot of money. Also, he's got a minimum fee release clause of $425,000. We have an asking price set right now at $350,000, and between all of that, there have been no offers, no interest. We only have 26 days left to sell him. I'm hoping that A, no offer comes along, but B, I'm hoping that he'll be content with staying with the team at the end of this, being that we did put him up, we did offer him out. There was the potential for him to be sold, just no offer. So hopefully that doesn't hurt us too badly. Team finances are okay. They took a bit of a hit here during the off season until we went into selling season tickets for the upcoming season. So we are down, still in the red, and a bit lower than we had been. I have a feeling though we're going to be a lot better off this season. At the moment, we still have 91,000 payroll budget left per month. So we're not going to be using all of that, especially as I want to help that balance out a bit and not have to have the team take on any additional loans from what they already have, which has a lot to do with why we have this debt in the first place, and that was before I took over the team. But there's that. Now, here's why we have some availability. We're going to look at the squad. I do have Aaron Conley back, and he is at the top. Danny Rowe is there with him, and Traore. We have a new player here in Ollie Hartfield, which was a little bit of a surprise signing for me. I was able to get him on a free. Wasn't a position I was looking for. I was content with Connor Wood at left back, but we did lose Sean Newton during the offseason. And I was able to pick up Hartfield cheap, and he's better than Wood. So I actually ended up with an upgrade there. Strong defensive and at least good crossing. It's pretty good speed too. Now let's look at all of the changes to the team. I'm still trying to get a couple players in. I've still been struggling with that. I've had these guys that have rejected me a couple times and some others. But looking at... what am I looking for here? There we go. Transfer history. Let's first look at those who I let go at the end of the season. So, number of youth players, but we lost Craig Ross, Bencheref, Newton, Sukar, Clapison, Simpson, Parslow, and that was Josh Simpson. Parslow, Heslop, and Rankine retired. So, all backup players. None of those were starters, with the possible exception of Josh Simpson. But with a loanee player last year, he had mostly been relegated to the bench. Also out since the start of the year, Zach Lawrence, I let go on a free, and he was just a backup left back at 19 years old. Owen Bailey is out on loan to Boston United, and these are the small number of changes for what I've brought in. 2 players on loan, 4 have come in on a free. So Aaron Conley's back. Ollie Hartfield, we already pointed out, the left back. I also just picked up here about a week and a half ago Wojciech. This is now our new backup keeper, and he's almost as good as Simpson, though I would love to still find a better goalkeeper option. Marcus Wood is starting right now, but I would very much like him to be a third option. He is a ball-winning central midfielder. And then Luke James, a backup at forward. Pretty solid, more all-around player. He's already 24 years of age, but has some room for growth. Not a whole lot of pace, but he's balanced enough that I think he could be an effective player. The one I'm more excited about is picking up Charlie Rowan on loan from Leicester City. Pretty good pace for a center back and a strong defensive workhorse. Good heading, great tackling, marking, okay, but he's also pretty good on passing. So those are the additions that I've had to the squad. The only one who really looks to start, though, is Hartfield, but the others are major upgrades to what I had on the bench before. I know you've been waiting for it. I'm waiting for it too. It's time to get League 2 started. Quick look at the schedule. My preseason calendar started really strongly. with a number of very comfortable wins over teams that I've left behind over the last couple seasons. The Liverpool under-23s actually came really, really close to beating them, but they got a bit of a surprise goal. And then Gillingham, who is, I believe, League One, we had a really strong performance against them, and we're actually a little unlucky on that one as well, to finish 2-2. So that's a pretty good setup as we head into the season. We've got our first game coming up, and then in just a few days, we're going to have Charlton in the Carabao Cup. Wimbledon is picked as a heavy favorite, so they are definitely favorites for this game. This is going to be a tough road game to start the season off with. We'll be pretty fortunate to come out with a point. I've already got my roster set, and you can see it's very much similar to last year, other than Hartfield in over Wood, and another Wood on the roster now. But Traore has moved over to the attacking playmaker, while Wood's going to be that ball-winning midfielder. And I think that could help the team out a bit, as I have two strong defensive central midfielders that could provide us with a bit more ball recovery than we've had in the past. At that position, anyway. One other thing of note before we get into this first game, Ryan Edmondson is going to have to sit on the bench here all season. I'm grateful that as we've moved up to League 2, we have 2 more spots on the bench, because as we moved into the league, the rules are a little different now, and we have a minimum of 7 players trained in England. That's no problem. I have 16 here, but I also have a minimum of 1 player trained by the club for at least 3 years, but the club's only existed for 2 years, so none of my players are eligible right now, except players that were already in the youth team when I started the game. They were counted of having been there for X amount of years. So those that were 17, 18 and at the time are the only players qualified, and I only have a couple on the roster, period. And Ryan Edmondson is hopefully not going to get hurt, because I'm going to need him in here, even though he's not really good enough to play, unless we have a blowout, and then I give him a chance to develop. Alright, so we're going to have to add a number for our new addition at goalkeeper. And here we are. So very similar setup to what we had throughout last season, which I think could be a bit of a weakness, as we're not quite up to this level. Morale's okay, could be better. Let's see what we can do, though, to get these guys going. Underdogs here, that suits us down to the ground. There we go. Hey, that works. Defense, I think there's more to come. Okay, and let's do the same for midfield. And let's kick off the season. Tough first game of the season at AFC Wimbledon. Pretty big crowd on hand from what we're used to, and there's Hartfield getting his first touch. They try to hit us on the counter. Wood intercepts. Simpson's in possession, out to Hartfield, up to Aiden Conley. Traore now in possession. Marcus Wood up to Aiden Conley, and there's our first shot of the season in the 4th minute. We get it on target, but right to the keeper for the easy save. His first game is up against the feel-good story of the last decade in the league. The resurgence of a fan club of AFC Wimbledon. If you know the background, the history of them, MK Dons was the Wimbledon team. But when new owners purchased them, this is about a decade back. I don't know exactly when. Sorry. I know many of you English. It looks like we have a penalty coming up. Nick Houghton's going to step up for that penalty. Chance to go ahead. Oh, he kicks it straight at the keeper. Bounces straight back to him, and Houghton pounces on it. What a terrible penalty as he kicks it straight at his face. The ball comes straight back to him. Oh, how funny was that? Well, we do go up 1-0. Nick Houghton almost makes an absolute mess of it, but fortunately gets a second try. That was a little bit like Vardy's goal on Friday in real life to kick off the season. I guess for you guys this would be a week ago when that goal was, but the first game of the season. And there's a second as Aaron Conley heads that one home. Houghton leads the counterattack. Aiden Conley gets behind the D and a wonderful cross. Aiden Conley, actually that was not a wonderful cross, but Aiden Conley reacts superbly and heads that home to take the lead 2-0 before the half. And we're actually all over one of the title favorites here in AFC Wimbledon on the road. Anyway, back to my point. And what was that point? I couldn't tell you anymore. So excited by the 2 goals there that I've totally lost my head. Houghton misses the penalty, but gets the goal anyway, moments later. Appreciate their efforts. Let's see, complacency, no problem there. I'm very pleased. Keep it up. Defense. There's more to come. There we go. I will take that. Starting the second half. And we're in possession to begin the half. Woods has a yellow card, so I might need to sub him out soon. Oh, that was a bad ball. Out to Davis. Nice save from Simpson there to preserve the 2-goal lead. And we get the corner kick away. Aaron Conley with the free kick. Nice ball ahead, but Aaron Conley, instead of possessing that one, tries to put it on target. Though, to be honest, I do the same thing. Oh, that was close. Another chance there. That's the first shot that's been off target all game. So we've been very much on it today. Their team looking uninterested, nervous, disenchanted, or frustrated. So horrible body language from AFC Wimbledon. They're not looking like they're going to fight back into this game. That kind of body language anyway. Houghton with the ball across. There's another chance, and we go close yet again. Zanev makes a save that time, though. He's actually got a pretty good rating, despite the fact that his team is down 2-0. But when we've put 7 shots on target out of 9, keeper would be having to do fairly well, as he's been forced to make 5 saves already. Corner kick for them. We get that one away, but they retain possession here. They go out wide. They come across, and they get the goal. It's like Higginbottom. So poor move here as we fail to mark Higginbottom. That was Bradley Wood, who never picked up the man. It looks like he was trying to play some sort of offside trap. Stepped up, got out of the way, and was never in a good enough spot. Oh, another penalty? Are you kidding me? We've got 2 penalties in one game. I think I only had about 2 or 3 penalties all of last season. And Houghton misses again. Again, he misses. And again, he kicks it straight at the keeper. I'm going to be changing those assignments off camera. Houghton is out of a job when it comes to PKs. Gotta be kidding me that he does that twice in the same game. By the way, again, this was a week ago at the time that you're watching this. But, oh! Off the crossbar. That looked like Aaron Conley. Could have been Aiden Conley, as it was a free kick. Hard to tell which Conley it was. But Conley bangs out off the bottom side of the crossbar. Davis with the cross, too close to Zanev. He intercepts. Another corner kick. That one's cleared out, and they hit us on the counter. One-on-one. Goes wide. Good job to show him to the outside there. And we are in the dying moments of this game already. Wow, that has come up very, very quickly. We're going to go into a defensive mode here in the final seconds. 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes to play. Time is just flying, and we've got the free kick. Conley recovers. Great turn inside. Woods should not have shot from there. 30 seconds left in this one. Month, good clearance. Conley, now we're in possession. Davis, can we hold up time? Davis gets past his man. Traore, Houghton, Conley out to Aiden Conley. Aiden Conley with the cross. And that does it. We open the season with 3 points. They never looked like scoring until they managed to grab a goal and get back in it. But we do hold on pretty comfortably in the end for 3 points today. Anyway, game a week ago. If you haven't seen this goal, absolutely phenomenal play. Probably goal of the season in MLS. And I know, unless you're American, you probably never see MLS. But it's someone familiar to everyone. Wayne Rooney makes absolutely the play of the year with game tied 2-2. Goalkeeper up. DC United getting hit on the counterattack. Wayne Rooney chases with everything he's got from way, way behind and makes the sliding tackle, gets up, recovers the ball, runs about 25 yards, and then hits the early cross to the far post, which is then headed home for the game winner in the closing seconds of the game. It was beautiful, beautiful. I know there's plenty of Wayne Rooney haters out there, but hopefully the Wayne Rooney haters out there can get over the fact that he's not even in the Premier League anymore. Give him a chance now. He was one of the best players in the world for a long time. At least for a while, he was in the conversation of being in the top 3 for a few years anyway. And I really, really like Wayne Rooney. So yes, there might be some bias, but that was just a phenomenal effort by him. Great cross. Really good goal. And DC United, who were last place, have done quite well since he's joined the squad. All right, well, we've made it through the first game of the season, and we managed to pick up 3 points on the road at a title contender. So maybe we won't be quite as bad as they predict us to be. We certainly didn't come in flying high on morale or anything. That should be a bit of a boost to morale at this point. So next up is Carabao Cup. I'll be doing that off camera. We're not in contention there. This is really about League 2 this year and seeing if we can't make at least a little bit of money out of the FA Cup. So I'll see you for our first home game of the season against Swindon Town. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my Road to the Record.